you ever tried to predict the market reaction to a news event or an upcoming news event? It's pretty difficult. So if you're a new trader, I'm going to give you a little piece of advice. Steer clear of them. Okay, so I'm going to show you how I manage through hot news events that come into the marketplace. Okay, so let's just take a look at today. I got a couple marked on my chart here, and we'll get to that for a second. But let's go to an economic calendar. I like to use forexfactory.com. It has a great economic calendar on there that you can filter through. I just like to look at the red hot news events that are taking place throughout the current week. I like to have a week's snapshot view. I filter out a whole bunch of stuff here. So if you go to the economic calendar, it'll populate all of this for you. So I only do the USD, the US dollar stuff, and I do all of the event types. I do holidays, and I do the red hot events. The middle two, I kind of just, I'm not really interested in those events, as they don't really impact the way that the red hot events do, like a CPI index, a PPI, or a non-farm payroll, or something along those lines, like a Fed announcement or a Fed speak, especially Fed rate announcements. Those types of things move markets fast. So I like to know when those are. So let's just go to this week. Let's actually hone in on today. Today's January the 5th. We had non-farm payroll this morning, and we had ISM services PMI at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. So at 7:30 in the morning is actually when the news embargo is lifted. So 7:30 in the morning is when the regulators say that new news announcements can get released that are going to impact markets. So that's when everything gets dumped. Okay, so let's go to the charts here for a second and take a look at how this impacts. All right, so let's take a look at 7:30 this morning. We had non-farm payroll hit. Okay, I marked it off right here. Let's go ahead and delete this. Just take a look at this candle right here. Okay, so as you can see, the pre-market was just some sideways, slightly downtrend chop, right? And then you can see we had anywhere from a point to maybe 2 or 3 points per bar on a 5-minute chart, right? And then as news is released, you get this 17-point drop, right away. Almost about a 20, just short of a 20-point drop right here. This is what happens when the news is released. So let's go back to the economic calendar. We take a look at non-farm payroll. Everything was better than expected. We beat estimates and forecasts, and everything was better to the green, to the positive. Doesn't that mean that prices are going to go up? Absolutely not. It means absolutely nothing. The outcome of these news events essentially mean nothing. All it is going to, the way to look at these is that it injects volatility into the marketplace. Which direction? Don't know. So if you are a new trader, the way to play these is to avoid them. So if you are in a position, if you're riding this trend down, you want to make note at 7:30 that there's a news embargo that gets lifted, and you're going to want to be out by that point because you have no idea what's going to take place, right? If you're in a short-term trend, that's how you want to play these. Same thing at 9 o'clock this morning. We had another one. We had, what was it at 9 o'clock that we had? We had ISM Services Pricing Managers Index. Okay. The outcome of that, irrelevant. Price shot straight up. Could have gone straight down. We have no idea how these are going to impact. Usually further in the day when a direction has been picked, like at 9 o'clock, it's usually, this one, you probably could have played this one, but as a beginner, don't do it. You can see you have 4 and 5 point bars here. This one, 37 to 54, we'll call it 50 to 57, 37, 57. It's about a 20-point move here again, 25-point move. Between these two bars, the inertia of this news release here shot the market up to the daily high, right? Okay, so again, you want to know when those news events are happening, the red-hot news events. You can filter that out, any kind of an economic calendar. Note that, put it on your chart. You can play in the wakes of these moves. So as price at 7:30 shot down, I waited about a half hour and got in on the rotation back up. Same thing at the 9 o'clock. Price shot through a cannon off here, pulled back to one of my structure levels, made a nice play here as well. So you can play in the wakes of them. However, I do not recommend trying to guess where the market is going off these news releases. Hope that helps. Good luck. Happy trading.